Hello. The final game of the group of death. If I win, I proceed to the upper bracket final. Do you call it like that? It's the last upper bracket uh, stage. The winner of that goes to the final. Yeah, if I lose, I get relegated to lower bracket. So doesn't mean I'm out, just lower bracket next round. Game against Kishantri. He starts with the pyramids, and yeah, I remember close to nothing from this game, honestly. I'm trying to remember some things. Ah, it's very foggy. I wouldn't even know. Do I take this acro? Probably. Yeah, I would still get a leader here. And engineering genius. Can consider to also just take Confucius, since that is the better leader between those options. Now he gets him. Has a very decent start, but I think I also have a very decent start. It's just Acro and EG in a two-player game, so I do think this is the choice. That means he will go for Confucius. But I am lucky and Hammurabi also drops here. Yeah, that's an early iron, so I just take it and build a mine. Yeah, that's something you can do. I pretty often just do this in this second turn. If there's a high value card like iron, Code of Laws, in 3-player, 4-player, also alchemy, I will just take it for 3 and build the mine. And or elect the leader, depending on what's better. Yeah, that's good for me. I draw a call 2 arms there. Kishantri seeds and reveals development of markets. Prefers to go for the pyramids first. So delays the philosophy. And if we look at this is a good printing press game. So delaying philosophy is worth it. You can also just take, yeah, or he takes the Urban Growth 1 on top and we'll have that available to, yeah, maybe still go just for the philosophy or, yeah, then the printing press. I do take Hammurabi here. First printing press already drops and it's a bit unfortunate for me, I would say, since I can't spend 3 civil actions for this, and he will have this available now to, yeah, the waiting, delaying the philosophy already paid out, yeah, was worth it for him. So I go for philosophy since I don't know when the next printing press will arrive, and I also want the science for the iron upgrades and build a stage of the Acropolis. Here, development of warfare revealed. Kshatri does take the warrior, interestingly. And that means he won't go for printing press here, or he can't even. He rather takes irrigation, rich, and swordsman. So I decide to spend 2 civil actions on Gutenberg here. I think, yeah, it's the Guten Beast, and it's a good spot for him. You can look at the wonders, the leaders here in H1. The Saladin already coming. I could also not take Gutenberg maybe, but I actually don't want him to have him. He could just take him in hand. Saladin would also be an option, but I think Gutenberg's in a lot of cases just even better, so I'm willing to pay 2 selections here for him. Eleanor might have also been an option actually. It's always an option, but I think Gutenberg is decent here. Development of religion revealed. We both have a free population available. Kshatriya does go for Saladin and elects him. Has goes for iron upgrades and now has 6 civil actions available. Prepares a phalanx tactic. And here I reveal development of trade routes. As always, I'm not paying too close attention to this. Yeah, it's just too much to handle. Yeah, I slow build the printing press. Just develop it with Gutenberg, go for iron upgrades, and then I take monarchy in hand. Yes. Might even go for that next turn if I build the printing press. And then it's a 4 science monarchy, which is pretty nice. Christian 3 seeds reveals a science, takes masonry for 2, upgrades iron, increase population, and takes forbidden city. So he will have a lot of civil actions available. And I do go for the printing press. I can also take Humidity Castle here, 4 science monarchy, and irrigation. Another science revealed. Yeah, that's scary. He has already 7 civil actions and happy faces solved. So iron already upgraded 3 times. He's in a very good spot here. Takes frugality and knights. Yeah, doesn't have the science available yet. He's still on +1 science income, by the way. So it's maybe interesting to see if he goes for this printing press still or the lab. Yeah, it's kind of good that he can't just go for the knights now. Historic territory revealed, and Kishantri wins it for a warrior. Yeah, but the situations I think are my spot's also pretty good. I don't have as many civil actions as him. There's a code of laws. It's interesting to see if I get it. If he takes it away, I mean, he doesn't have science for that. At least now. So maybe I'll just get it. And then I also have a pretty good spot here. Kishantri reveals cultural influence. Does take printing press and build it. Yeah, I think it's very correct in this lineup here. Darwin and Shakespeare. Builds 2 even, goes to 3 science income, upgrades the farm, and takes the EG. Yeah, he didn't take the code of laws away. Yeah, here, let's see. Do I decide to seed something? It's all strength events. I don't think I want that. Or maybe? I do. Pestilence revealed. I also built a second printing press and I also get the Shakespeare drop. I decided to spend the 3 civil actions for Shakespeare. Yeah, it's pretty costly. I think I have to do it. There's strategy, Conmon here. Maybe I can consider even taking both away. And then he just doesn't have military actions. But it's very costly. Especially the Conmon is just a straight up deny. And then he just gets Shakespeare, and I don't know if that's such a great game state. So, like this, I do go for Shakespeare. I think, yeah, he doesn't have the most science available. Of course, he gets this rev idea. He can probably just take it. The 7 civil actions here are very mighty. Yeah, maybe you don't pay 3 civil actions for Shakespeare here, but it's definitely a close call. I draw tactic, which is nice to see, although the Napoleonic tactic, especially if you don't have any swordsmen nor knights, is actually a pretty bad option. Just costs too much stuff, too much actions for taking all the technologies, and too much science for developing them all, and actions for developing them. Yeah, but better to have one than no tactic. Chantry, increase population, builds another farm. Does take strategy and common and the Revalier and cavalryman also. Yeah. Didn't really have anything to do with his last civil action. Yeah, and they are just better, that much better than knights, and cost only 1 science more, so naturally you go for it. I lose seed, one of the strength events here, reveal wealthy territory. And Kuchantry is sadly able to win that, which is super unfortunate. Remember, yes, I was very unhappy with this. Yeah, he's on 2 MA, I am on 3 MA. I started to seed some colonies because I have the extra MA, and he wins this for a warrior. He did draw a colonization card, I didn't. And this is, yeah, super impactful. Especially with that many civil actions, he can make use of the rocks very well. And I was super unhappy about this. I take Cavalryman, Patriotism, finish the Meiji Castle, and increase population as my last selection. Chatry, thanks to, I mean, he also had enough rocks with the EG without the weighted territory, but with the weighted territory, it's so super efficient to just take and build this. And he also has drawn Hussars here already with his 2 MA. Pretty good tactic for 2-player. Yeah, it's basically almost as broken as it's the same type of broken actually as fortifications. Whether it's 5 or 4 strength is not that relevant. The most important thing is you just need 2 units for the tactic and the same type. So yeah, that's all the science he has to invest into getting a tactic going. Yeah, these 2, yeah, fortification and hussars are sadly always yeah, super impactful in a 2-player game. Super impactful. I would like to see some stats about that actually. Drawing fortifications and win rate increase from that, or win rate decrease in playing against it. And yeah, as I said, the hussars are practically the same. Justice system for 2 here. I somehow didn't yeah, have science or the time to take the Code of Laws. Now I get this justice system. I do have the science for it. I can go for that. Yeah, make use of Gutenberg one more time. And Team Sport Frugality. Yeah, I will have the need for a happy face solution at some point. It would preferably be Dietrich, but taking this Team Sport is a cheap safety measure here. The opportunity cost for that is very low. Kuchantry seeds, reveals the strategic territory and also wins that. I mean, he has to send cavalrymen for that, but still pretty annoying that I haven't drawn any cards. But yeah, the strategic territory is not such a big swing as the weighted territory, I would think. rebuilds one, takes reserves, populates, and builds another one, even goes to 12 strength. Takes Darwin, so also set up for good culture income here. It's 26 plus 6. Yeah, I have some lead here. Thanks to Gutenberg, that's one of the strengths of Gutenberg, the 2 culture per turn, plus the civil action is just super valuable. Yeah, I get this Ocean Liner here for 4 civil actions. And build a cavalryman. I need to react a bit to the strength push. Already copy the tactic. There's a foray, which I seeded, I think. Yeah, takes breakthrough, goes for the conmon normally, builds a cavalryman, builds another cavalryman. And yeah, we see it is pretty annoying that he has this conmon available and the strategy on top. He will have good military pressure in this game. And I reveal international agreement, which maybe even I also seeded. I'm not entirely certain. Yeah, it's also pretty good for him. Probably I seeded these impacts, these events, before he revealed the Hussars, at least hopefully. Otherwise, it's a bit sloppy, I would say. The reason for seeding is always just to culture. You want to reveal something like the colonies, like this weighted territory, hoping that I have the edge then. And stuff like that. Depending on the turn when this happens, this international agreement is also sometimes not even that great for the opponent. Sometimes it is pretty insane. Yeah, if I had this information about Hussars, maybe I shouldn't do it. I take architecture here. Finish the Ocean Liner and take Opera. Yeah, it's a bit of a science drop here with this architecture. But I do have only 6 rock income, and yeah, like this, the operas will just cost. I do still want to build operas in this game, and they will just cost 4 rocks. And basically, there's not that much left to develop anyway. Yeah, this opera and then air forces, maybe military theory. And I am on 4 science income, so I think it's decent to still go for this architecture. Build a cavalryman and draw 2 cards. Sadly, no defense cards at all. But he doesn't have an aggression, apparently. Or decides not to use it and use the international agreement. Takes wave, urban growth, efficient upgrade. Yeah, plays reserves. Air Force dropped on 2 thanks to the international agreement. And he has the science for the Air Forces. He already builds one. He's at 31 strength. Yeah. It's a lot of military pressure that I have to react to somehow. And I do that by first building an opera. I mean, the thing is, I can't really do that much. I can't close the gap, yeah, close enough to start defending aggressions right now. He has only drawn 3 cards here. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit greedy to go for this opera, but it is so efficient to go for it that it might still be correct. Might still be the correct call. I do get a huge draw here with the mechanized army, which improves my military potential enormously. And yeah, Chantry goes for a raid here, destroys 2 buildings, gets 6 rocks. Does build 2 operas on his own. But we see I do have, it's 56 plus 11 and I'm at 74 plus 6. I lost some buildings, but it's just some civil actions more or less. Yeah, it's 4 rocks for this opera. This printing press is for free, shouldn't it be? Why isn't it shown? I'm not even rebuilding it, the printing press. Now it's reflected. Hey, super weird. The opera discount was reflected already. Printing press not? Ah, because I didn't have an opera. Ah, that's why it was on 2. I only get the discount if I already have an opera. Yeah, riddle solved. Yeah, so I can just rebuild one. I have this culture lead, and I'm super happy to get Marlene also. Take the patriotism. Reserves, yeah, all the rocks I can get. That's is still a bit the bottleneck here. Populate some. And sadly, yeah, Chantry has already drawn a war, which is bad news because he can just even do this Manhattan project. Goes to 47 strength. Iconoclasm weapons is a bit annoying because it costs me a civil action. And also, yeah, 2 rocks, because I do decide to also rebuild this opera. I need the happy faces. And I can still go to 2 mechanized armies. Which means that war isn't that big. I'm still comfortably in the lead actually. Even after the war evaluation. I decide to sacrifice a warrior there. So I'm still 12 culture in the lead. Game is proceeding in the end. He hasn't drawn that many cards. Actually, he did still draw 3 cards in last turn, right? But yeah, we see there's another war, hybrid war. And now it's looking scary here. Goes to 56 strength. And the happy faces are quite annoying for me. As we see, I need to build another opera. And cannot really build another army in any way. I do get Rev idea, so next turn I could even build an Air Force. Yeah, but this war is already putting it very close, but it's still actually, yeah, close. I'm at 18 culture income here. And have still some lead. I did also decide to spend something here, I think. Yeah, for 6 extra strength. So I'm still in the lead here. But he also has a 3rd war. And yeah, the 3rd war is just game over, sadly. There's nothing I can do about that. If he draws 3 wars here. After this, yeah, where's the territory? I think I couldn't really didn't really manage to conceal probably during the commentary because I'm still frustrated about this game, obviously. You will probably have maybe guessed that I would lose this game. Um, yeah, I think this wealthy territory was so damn impactful for the one warrior. And then I did seed some strength events for that to reveal it, and then I lost all of them. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe it will be closer. In the end, I didn't have. Yeah, he had more rocks. Also, maybe I don't know. This can I maybe just defend the aggression if I don't go for the opera and make a not so greedy turn? But it looked horrible to try to build two Hussars. I don't know if it was possible. Yeah, the turn where I start building operas. If I build two Hussars, I don't lose the raid. But I'm pretty certain it was freaking horrible to. I don't know. I needed to dispense stuff also or something, or maybe the printing the team sports, and maybe I can also just build one Hussars, and also ultimately. Um, I mean, part of the consideration of not building more cavalrymen was the chance that I could draw this with the cannons in hand, and I did. I think I did high roll this. That went my way, definitely. Without this, I would have died with the first war already, probably. Um, yeah, and maybe not the first, but with the second, definitely. Um, yeah, but like this, drawing three wars always, if you are like going war all in the entire setup, like he had zero chance to win this game if he didn't draw wars. If he didn't draw wars, and that's like not that unlikely, he's just losing. If he draws one war, which is pretty likely, but he's still losing. He needs at least two, and he actually needs three if I had drawn some impacts, which I didn't. So in this case, two and an aggression might have also been enough. Now let's see after my turn here. I'm at 23. So before the war evaluation, I'm slightly ahead. So maybe, yeah, maybe he just needs the third one. And even an aggression isn't enough here. I mean, I could even defend an aggression maybe. But if I had the defense card, yeah. In super many cases, he needs the third war. In a lot of cases, he needs the third war, even. And he did draw it. And even like this, it's yeah, it's not like that big of a gap even. I mean, yeah, ultimately in the end it is. It's here 14 culture, and I didn't draw impacts. So yeah, pretty frustrated about this game. Sad to lose it and not win the group. You can look at the standings here. That's not the standings. That's the standings. One game away from winning it. There was still some hope that I omitted maybe in the introduction. Wawczyniec could have lost this game to Dantes, and then I would also win. And I actually watched this game, and Dantes was giga ahead going into H3, and somehow Wawczyniec managed to win it. Yeah, also a bit sad. Yeah, this game. Yeah, I don't know. Would I do everything again? Maybe. Honestly, the Shakespeare 4-3 was wrong. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe you take the strategy and all his war options are a lot lower. And I was already in a culture lead. I can compete the culture game if he takes Shakespeare. I think I can. Yeah, I think I can. I have an Acropolis. I can play Darwin. I would say yeah, if I could change one thing about my decisions, one thing I should definitely change is not take Shakespeare for 3 there, but take maybe even both, maybe even Conmon and strategy. Then he's forced into culture route against an Acropolis. So yeah, I was a bit yeah, frustrated with the RNG, but also with my own performance because I played this kind of sloppy. It was like after a weekend out with a bachelor, what's it called? Junggesellenabschied. Bachelor Party weekend? I don't know. Um, and we kind of blitzed the game. Some strength events. Yeah, if I look at this Shakespeare turn, I think it's super winning if I take strategy and Conmon. Because even Shakespeare won't win culturally against this Acropolis. And my economy and ocean liner was also just super decent, so probably I should have done that. Yeah. Should have. Can't change it. Sorry, I cannot bring better news here. I will be in the lower bracket, and let's see if I can win that. Will be pretty tough as well. And yeah, I hope, maybe, I'm not entirely certain if I can manage to show you every game, but yeah, hopefully I will. Okay, enough of the crying about this. I what's it called? Procrastinated recording this because I didn't want to look at it again. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next stage, hopefully. Bye bye.